What do you consider pajamas? What was the question? Are you kidding? This seems like a joke. We're bigger than we ever dreamed, and I'm in love with being queen. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Misfit Mama. It's me, Heather, your guide to authentic motherhood and homemaking. Today, I thought that I would do like a little get to know me video using the Homemaker tag because I'm a homemaker. Before I get into the actual questions, I figured I'd give you just like a quick little background on myself. I haven't done like a whole lot about who I even actually am. I live in Austin, Texas. I'm 33 years old. I've been married for almost 11 years. My husband and I have been together for 14 years. We met in college. We have 2 kids. Our daughter's 11 and our son is 5. So that's like a good, just a little quick background on who I am. And I'm going to use these tag questions to provide a little bit more info about me and my homemaking and motherhood journey. So let's do it. Okay, so the first question is, has anyone ever said anything negative to you about staying at home? Yes. I mean, honestly, not a lot of people have said rude things to me about this. The one person who did was somebody really close to me, and I'm not going to blow up their spot by calling them out here, but it was something along the lines of, you know, why are you going to do that? That's so disappointing. But, you know, we got to hug it out, and I was like, why you got to be so rude? This is my life, right? They're not funding my life anyway, so they don't really get a say. A lot of people just don't understand what being at home and being a homemaker and raising kids, if you have them, really entails. So, I mean, we gotta remember to give people some grace, okay? Okay, question 2. What is your favorite or least favorite part about staying home? I love being home. I'm like a homebody, so not having to go anywhere, not having to pretend that I like business casual clothes. I love my fam. I love my husband and my kids and spending time with them. At this point, that's my favorite part about staying home, is just being able to be here. When I was working, I used to try to work from home as much as possible anyways. My least favorite part about staying at home, I'm not gonna lie, is navigating all the stay-at-home mom circles. For me, finding mom friends that I can really actually be friends with, and it's not the only connection we have isn't just the fact that we have kids, is the hardest part. Question 3, what is your favorite or least favorite chore? You guys. All the chores are my least favorite. Are you kidding? This seems like a joke. I hate doing chores, okay? Like, cleaning is not my thing. I don't love cleaning. I never loved cleaning. I've gotten to the point where, like, I don't absolutely hate it, but I don't have a favorite chore, okay? If I had to choose the least terrible chore, I'd say making my bed. But I don't like any of the chores, okay? Question 4, what time do you wake up and what time do you go to bed every day? So both my kids are in school now. In order to get my kids to school on time, I gotta wake up at 6:30. A time that I feel like should not exist. It pains me to get up that early, and every day is a struggle. I'm not a morning person. I will never be a morning person. It's just not who I am. It is not. I am a night owl though. No matter how tired I am, usually sometime between 11 and 1, I go to bed. I don't want to just, you know, be like, okay, the kids are in bed, it's time for us to sleep. You know, we gotta hang out. There's all kinds of shows we need to catch up on. Okay, there are some shows that are too scary for me to watch by myself. Question 5. Do you put anything on in the background while you clean, cook, work? Yes, I need to have background noise going. Mostly podcasts and audiobooks. I have a constantly rotating list of podcasts that I listen to. I'm hoping to do a series of like podcast recommendations because I'm also constantly sending podcasts to my friends that they need to listen to. If that tells you anything about the amount of podcasts that I consume, it's a lot. It's a lot. Question 6. Do you get dressed most days or just wear pajamas? What do you consider pajamas? I do wear what I would consider loungewear or athleisure, if you will, during the daytime. I mean, I put on clean clothes every morning when I wake up, and my pants probably have an elastic waist, because why not? Elastic is a thing, and I'm embracing it. Question 7. Do you do your hair and makeup every day? barely. I'm super low maintenance, okay? That's why I got my locks going on here, because I can basically wake up and do maybe like spritz it a little bit with water, throw a little piece back if I want to or not, and call it a day. I do not wear makeup every day. And even on the days that I do, it's like maybe a little mascara. You know, got a little going on today. I spend most of the day at home. So I would only put on makeup if I were doing it for me, and I'm not doing it for me. So question 8 is, what is your trouble zone / needs help zone in your home? For me, the hardest place to keep organized is like our office area. What am I supposed to do with all these papers? Honestly, like I cannot figure out a good paper storage system. If you have a recommendation for like a video or a storage system that I can use, please help me out, because I mean, we have stacks and stacks of mail in our office and I just closed the door. I'll deal with that one day. Question 9, how often do you get distracted? What was the question? Just kidding, all the time. All the time. But that is also one of the reasons why I listen to a podcast or an audiobook or something, because that can keep my brain busy while my hands are working on something. And so I'm a lot less likely to like go off on some crazy tangent if I see something out of the corner of my eye that needs to be taken care of. So question 10 is, do you enjoy staying home or do you miss going to work every day? I do not miss going to work every day. I hated my job. Before I started my own business, I was a financial analyst, and it sucked the life out of me. It really did. I didn't like it. It wasn't a fit for me. I did it because, you know, it paid the bills, and I'm grateful that I had the job then because we needed the money, and you know, it allowed us to get to where we are now. But I don't ever want to go back there. I don't ever want to go back to corporate America. I'm not opposed to working. But if I were to work again, it would be for myself in some entrepreneurial capacity. I owned a business for 2 years where I made ready-to-cook meal kits for people, kind of along the lines of Blue Apron and HelloFresh. I'm just saying, I feel like that idea was mine first, but okay. So I did that for a couple years, and that I loved because I had written that business plan way back when I was in college. So that for me was like the fulfillment of a dream, but it also took everything out of me. I had nothing left to give to my family at the end of the day. So for me, that was just a misalignment of my priorities, and I couldn't live like that. It wasn't worth the sacrifice that I was making. And you know, at the end of the day, we're bigger than we ever dreamed, and I'm in love with being queen. Question 11, what is your never-ending chore? Okay, so I feel like all chores are never-ending. That's the definition of chore. But the one that just I cannot, for whatever reason, stay on top of are the dishes. I'm so tempted to cut all of our dishes down to like each one of us gets one plate and one cup and one bowl and like one set of utensils, and that's it. But I also know that that would drive me insane. Okay, question 12. What is your favorite thing to do for me time? I like doing a lot of paper crafting, scrapbooking, but probably not in the way that you would think. I don't scrapbook like my children's lives or like all the precious things that they do. I actually just scrapbook about myself. It sounds worse than it is. I feel like I'm the best person to tell my story. My kids are the best people to tell their stories. Obviously, they're part of my life, so they end up in my scrapbook. So I do that. I do Bible journaling, just a lot of, you know, arts and crafty kind of stuff. Question 13. How often does your husband chip in? If you're talking about chipping, how often does he chip in terms of household work? I mean, not a whole lot. And this is definitely something that I kind of had to come to terms with and really figure out how I personally feel about this. I stay at home. I have the time to take care of the home. I am a self-proclaimed homemaker. I feel like it is my job to keep our home clean. I feel like it is my job to cook our meals and do those kind of things. But my husband also lives here. So like, I think it's his responsibility to clean up after himself like a grown-ass adult. He also does other things. I think his chipping in is him going to work and providing for us financially. It's him, you know, taking the trash out because gross. It's him doing all of the work outside of our house. You know, the mowing the lawn and trimming the trees and those kinds of a thing. Sometimes it drives me insane that I have to do all of the things, and I'm not saying that I love that I am the primary cleaner. I don't love it. But I also understand that I've taken on this role, and that that's okay, and that part of maybe my journey on this earth, okay, is to serve my family and to do it joyfully. And it's not always easy, but it is what it is. So I expect my husband to clean sometimes. I don't expect him to do it all the time. And I'm content with the amount that he helps out. And if I do need him to help more, he will. When I was working, I used to hate coming home and having to work a second full-time job basically at home, cleaning up around the house and cooking dinner and all of those things. So I don't want to put that kind of burden on him, really. Question 14. If you have kids, when do you find time to do chores? So since both of my kids are older, my son is in kindergarten and my daughter is in 6th grade. They're at school from 8 to 3, basically. I have the vast majority of the day to do my chores. I try to bang it all out, or as much as I can, while they're at school. Whatever doesn't get done, doesn't get done. And I don't stress too much about it once they come home, because we have after-school activities, dinner to eat, homework needs to be done. There's enough stuff, and there's always the next day. Question 15. How do you balance being a homemaker and creating YouTube content? Well, this is only like my 5th video. But like I said, my kids are at school during the daytime, so I have a lot of flexibility in terms of when I'm going to record videos. And they also have their own channel, which I will put a card somewhere up here. So you can check that out. So even if I were to record videos when they were around, I'm sure they would want to also be involved, because they love YouTube. Question 16. What is your favorite room in the house and why? So my favorite room in the house is my bedroom. Just holds a special place in my heart, and also it's where my bed is. If you want to see more of it, check out my latest cleaning video, which I will link above and below. Question 17. What is your least favorite room in the house and why? Definitely my kids' bathroom, because gross. Just disgusting. I can't. Question 18. Do you feel your home reflects your style or personality? Definitely. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how I would describe my style. My house feels a little bit like something old, something new, something borrowed, nothing blue, because I hate blue. And we have like our friends, you know, my brother moved out of the country, my bestie moved out of the country, and left a bunch of their stuff here because we have the space to store it for them, and why not? And so we just have random stuff here, you know, that's our borrowed. We have like old furniture that my parents have given us. We have random new furniture that we've bought, and so it's just like a mishmash of random stuff that we like, and I think I like it that way. Question 19. What does your house smell like? So this is going to depend on the time of day. During the daytime, when I'm here by myself, it's either going to smell like the fresh linen Febreze plug-in, because that's always going, that's always plugged in, upstairs and downstairs in my house. Or it's going to smell like the cleaning products that I use, which are the Grove Collaborative cleaning concentrates. I can't remember right now what scent I normally get, but I will look that up and put that below. If I've been cleaning, that's what it's going to smell like. After school, it smells like food. It smells like whatever I've cooked that day, because I do cook most days of the week. Last but not least, question 20. What is your strong and weak point when homemaking? I think my strong suit is cooking. In college, I majored in food, basically. I like to cook, so I think I'm good at that. My weakest point is probably sticking to a routine. That's unfortunate, because when I stick to a routine, I am like unstoppable. Okay, I can do all the things, but I am also a rebel, so it's really hard for me sometimes to stick to a routine. So that is a little bit about me and my homemaking. I would love to know about your homemaking. Consider yourself all tagged. I don't know anybody on YouTube, so I'm not going to tag anyone personally, but consider yourself tagged. If you liked this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when the next video is coming up. And also head over to Instagram. Follow me at TheMisfitMama. Love to see you there. In the meantime, keep it real.